and Zach Rowland. Hey. And on today's episode, Sil becomes convinced Miguel is sleeping with LaGuerta. Miguel has convinced the Skinner that Dexter knows where Freebo is. Chicky Hines is MIA, and Dexter and Miguel's friendship comes to an end. What did you guys think about this episode overall?
I liked this one. I thought it was one of the better ones of the season. Otherwise, the season's been pretty bland. I thought this was a pretty good episode.
Yeah, this finally sees something moving forward, and it kind of happens all at once. But they do a pretty good job of it.
Yeah, I think it's time that we started getting a little bit more tension and some things happening. And this definitely is an episode where I feel like we are on our way to the end of the season.
Yeah, well, I mean, now that Miguel has killed and Dexter has decided that Miguel has to go, or they're, he's still kind of feeling him out, but it's like you can see kind of where the end game's going to be. It starts with a double date with Dexter and Rita and Miguel and Sil. Miguel and Sil are gifting the fancy restaurant that they're staying at's catering to Dexter's wedding. Dexter tries to talk Rita out of accepting the gift. Rita thinks it's because Miguel has been cheating. Dexter doesn't deny the affair, but he lets Rita go on asking questions. So Dexter is planting little bombs for Miguel to find.
I thought that was such a... Sorry, I just wanted to say, I thought that was such a unique gift to give. Like, still, these people haven't been friends that long, even in the course of this season. And he's like, oh, I'm just going to cater your wedding with this, like, Michelin star restaurant or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like a whole nother level of, like, dickery to a certain degree.
I'm going to give you a $250,000 catering budget.
Well, it's
exactly.
Miguel hanging on to the friendship at any cost. I'll pay anything for you to stay my friend.
Well, and it also gives him power over Dexter. If he thinks he has Rita, then he has power over Dexter.
Right. Yeah. No, and please jump in. Me reading the bullet points is not anywhere near as fun a podcast as...
I love that even though Chicky Hines doesn't come up in the episode, he still made it to the podcast.
Oh, I put him in there just because I knew. I knew we had to talk about him at some point.
We have to
is he
mention
out?
Chicky Hines.
I think he's out. I'm pretty sure he's out.
Well, we're going to bring him back in.
Bad things happen if we don't mention Chicky Hines.
I think the show has forgotten about Chicky Hines, so we got to keep him up.
You know who they haven't forgotten? Freebo.
Jeez.
We'll
get there.
Freebo.
So Deb has been babysitting. Aster is asleep on the couch. Anton walks into the room from the back. Deb introduces him as Anton. Dexter says Anton the Skinner victim.
Always tactful.
Yeah. Dexter asks Deb if this means that she has a +1 for the wedding. Rita and Deb both give him the side eye, and Deb calls him an asshole. Later, Deb wakes up with Anton and freaks out. His protective detail will suspect that they're sleeping together because they're sleeping together, which Deb can't do because she's on the case and he's a witness.
And is she still trying to get her shield at this point? Like,
yeah, she's well on her way with Miami Metro.
Oh man, it's
well on her way. Yes.
She's still alive. Like,
that's all it takes.
It's mostly what it takes.
Don't be dead. Don't be dead. Don't be arrested.
Yeah.
Still work for Miami Metro.
I mean, I guess she could go undercover. She could go back to Vice and go to jail for a while for Vice, but
I don't know. Vice isn't really working out for people in this episode.
No. At a Miami Metro briefing, Dexter learns that there is a potential witness to Ellen Wolf's killing and that the killer took a trophy. More Miguel amateur hour. Masuka is collecting money for Dexter's bachelor party, and he says, if I've gotten everyone to throw up while having an erection, I haven't done my job. Angel says strippers, yes. Hookers, no. And none of that weird shit you're into.
Why is Angel judging about hookers? Wasn't he just trying to pick one up?
It's because he's dating
Changed
that
man.
hooker now. He's dating that Vice cop now.
The Vice
they're
hooker.
all very
The Vice
floppy
hooker.
in
And he doesn't
all of
want
their stances
to,
on things.
like
one episode they're this side and then they're not. And
Go ahead.
How embarrassing would it have been if he showed up to the bachelor party and there's his girlfriend? Yeah.
They hired a cop for their bachelor party.
It's Miami Metro.
She's a cop stripper for
Right.
that's no fun at all.
I think the real point that we're supposed to get from this is that don't let Masuka plan anything ever, because there's always going to be weird shit involved, and that's, like, these are normal people, but Masuka just happens to be the weirdo that gets to plan the, I don't know. It's a bad move on Dexter's part.
Well, I don't think
I don't
anybody
think
asked
Dexter had
him.
feedback. Yeah,
Yeah.
He wasn't brought into this plan. I don't even know if he knows there's going to be one. Do they tell him at any point? I don't recall him even being
They
told.
don't tell him about it, and it's
Yeah.
weird that Masuka's doing it and not Miguel. Like, normally the
Yeah.
best man takes care of the bachelor party, so...
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought too, because I was like, wait a second. Apparently Dexter had to have made him the point guy on this, but no, he's self-appointed bachelor party dude.
Yeah. In an
Well,
earlier
he wanted to get the
episode.
jump on it, yeah.
Yeah, an earlier episode, he
Jesus.
took he took an offering in one of the meetings with Miami Metro about Dexter's bachelor party. So
Yeah, that just... in this episode just happened. That's what I just read.
oh yeah. Yeah, shit, I just blacked out.
That's how memorable the season is.
Yeah.
The
It's
thing I
all-
just
You don't
read,
know
yes,
what
that happened.
when.
It's all running together. It's all running together.
That's because we just want it to be over.
Quinn has seen the protective detail report. He tells Deb that when the bosses see it, she's going to be in big trouble. Angel gets an urgent call and asks for Quinn to cover for him. Miguel finds Dexter playing a video game in Miguel's office. Dexter tells Miguel about the potential witness. His ultimatum is that Miguel is no longer his friend after the wedding, so Dexter keeps from helping the police find out that Miguel killed Ellen Wolf. Angel shows up at the hospital. It turns out that Barbara Gianna has been injured. One of Gianna's colleagues asks if he's the homicide detective that, quote, sleeps like a motherfucker. I don't know what that's about, but... Oh, it snores.
Because
Snores.
he-
Fucker. Yeah,
Yeah.
that
That
makes
makes
a
some-
little more sense.
Man, I don't know what I was typing that night.
See? See?
Blackouts all around.
If Freebo or Chicky Hines aren't in the scene, then it's not memorable.
To be fair, though, I'm sure Angel does sleep like a motherfucker.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
He's a worn-out boy. Gianna tells Angel that a potential John followed her home. He didn't rape her, but he beat the shit out of her. She used her keys as a weapon. Angel turns them over to her colleagues to see if they can get DNA off of them. He slips one key into his pocket and takes it to Dexter to check for blood and DNA.
Did they not have a budget for any makeup or effects or anything? They're just like, yeah, we're just going to say she's beat up and wrap a piece of gauze around her head. I mean,
I
there's
love
no
that.
swelling, no bruises, no markings, no dirt, nothing.
It's
What
like-
do you do, just come up, punch her in the back of the head and leave?
It's like that actress only had 2 hours that day, so they didn't have time for makeup.
So lazy. Just she doesn't look injured at all. You'd think they'd
No.
at least put a couple bruises.
No,
Something. Nothing.
she looks like an ambulance chasing lawyer's injured client.
One of those bad commercials. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even the way her head is wrapped, it's like they took a roll of paper towels and just left it.
Yes.
Awful.
She just needs a neck brace. Like that's all they needed to show that she got hurt.
Will her in like the guy from Office Space.
Yeah.
At least a neck brace would have been something.
Yes. LaGuerta interviewing the possible witness is the bartender she was flirting with when Wolf and LaGuerta went to the bar. Quinn pulls LaGuerta aside. The possible witness has an alibi for most of the night. LaGuerta asks if he saw anything on the street. He describes Miguel's SUV. Miguel and Dexter are watching the interview on a monitor. Dexter says, "I am a good friend to have." Rita and Syl go dress shopping. Syl is a little sad, remembering how she was never as happy as when she got married. Rita is on the verge of telling her that the LaGuerta affair theory is a thing. And LaGuerta jumps on Dexter for not putting a case number on the key that Angel asked him to run.
I just want to say I'm glad that Syl's really getting some some good friend time in there, because it's important to have those people around when those big moments come up that you need to reveal something like a supposed theory of an affair.
Yeah. Well, and I love that, like, they set the whole she has to tell Syl what's going on around her trying on a wedding dress. It's just, like, so over the top.
Well, the other way they were going to do it was that they were going to be eating food, I guess. But then they were like, no, we've had too many food scenes, so I guess we'll make this wedding a thing, and then we'll drop a bomb on her. Poor Syl.
They already paid for all that catering in the other scene.
Yeah.
With the Michelin star place. Masuka curses loudly. The erotic clowns have canceled their appearance at the bachelor party. Quinn gives Masuka a card for Platinum Enterprises, a full-service bachelor party management service, which of course Quinn has a card from them in his pocket, just in case.
Yeah, I was like, did he think that this was going to come in handy one day?
Did people not understand the internets 10 years ago?
I don't think so. It's Miami Metro.
Like, first of all, you would go online to make sure they're still in business. And second of all, you would just go online to find that kind of stuff. You don't need business cards in 2008, but okay. Anton shows up looking for Deb. She's out of the office. Quinn apologizes to Anton for almost getting him killed. Deb said it was a clerical error, not Quinn being irresponsible. Anton punches Quinn and is pulled away just as Deb shows up. Deb and Anton have an argument about how Deb has treated him and her futile attempts to keep her relationship a secret from the case.
I feel like it's always something with Deb. You know, like she tries to pull one move and then it backfires on her in one way and then another way. Also, she just gets too tied up with people who are involved with criminals. I mean, she's like a walking target. every time she does something, it backfires or goes wrong.
Yeah.
At least she's not dating the
killer,
the carver,
the
or
Skinner.
whatever. The Skinner.
Yet.
Yeah.
I mean, she's like a step away from it, though. I feel like at this point,
it's just right there, man. She's waiting.
Hot dog stand.
Yeah, the hot dog stand is like a trap for all the worst people.
Yeah.
Deb and Anton have an argument. We've said that already. Miguel and LaGuerta are having wine. LaGuerta has already had enough, but Miguel encourages her to drink more. Miguel lays on the sympathy thick and ends up snogging LaGuerta. A knock at the door stops them. Miguel apologizes to Maria. Turns out it's Dexter at the door to make an apology as a way of showing Miguel that he knows what's going on. Then Dexter goes home.
This scene... Oh, sorry. I was going to say, this scene, I was like, man, me too. Like, you gotta... It was crazy. Like, a whole... Like, by today's standards, people see scenes like this and they would just be like, oh, shit, that's disgusting. I mean, it is disgusting, but, like, he would be outed so fast. Miguel would be... You'd be blasted all over the Miami Twitter page. And
Miami Twitter.
BuzzFeed article.
We already said the internet's not working down there.
So do you think Miami Metro even has social media? No, they aren't there.
They've got Zanga.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Miguel Prado got Me Too'd, and it was Dexter who Me Too'd him.
And they talked about it on MySpace.
They should.
Yeah.
Yes.
MySpace is a little too current. For
With
them,
Tom.
They told Tom about it.
Tom knows. Now, this scene would have been perfect with Baby It's Cold Outside. Like, it would have been perfect.
Dexter gets home. Rita has told Syl about Miguel and LaGuerta.
Because, of course.
Yeah, because that's what she was going to do at the dress shop. Syl shows up outside LaGuerta's in time to see them walk out together, which seems like they must have spent like another 2 hours just sitting there after Dexter left for that to work out, but okay. Syl says that she thinks that Miguel was at LaGuerta's the night Wolf was killed. LaGuerta starts thinking about it, and you can see that she's starting to figure it out. Miguel leaves, almost blinding LaGuerta with his halogens, which were part of the description from the witness of the killer of Ellen Wolf.
The logistics in this season are not great. Like, people... How long was he there? Like, I guess Blockbuster and Chill. Yeah, that would have been about that time.
Blockbuster and Chill.
Nobody knows how to tell time that's attached to this show.
No, I think the whole time it was just Miguel going, "Hey, listen, I should probably leave, but I don't know if I should go. You know, like, 'cause I could stay here and we could snog a little bit more, but I should probably go." I mean...
He could fill about 2 hours.
I don't want to leave like this. I don't want to do this to you, but I also don't want to put you out. I don't want to make you
He
unhappy.
did that chin thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
like,
gonna stay.
No,
I'm gonna go. Have another glass of wine, or no, I'm probably not.
Oh, Miguel. Miguel shows up at Dexter's donut shop to ask Dexter to sit with him while he waits. Miguel says sending Syl to LaGuerta's house was a bitch move. And I agree, but it was Rita move, not a Dexter move.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that.
Yeah, that's still Dexter's fault.
Miguel
I still blame Dexter.
Miguel has the report that shows Deb is sleeping with the CI. Miguel's housekeeper then lets Dexter into Miguel's study because, sure. He starts searching for trophies. He finds Wolf's ring in Miguel's humidor. He swaps it for a dry cleaning ticket. The party planner shows up to start making decisions with Masuka. Angel shows up looking for the file on the key at Dexter's lab. Syl tells Miguel to take everything he's going to need. She doesn't want him coming back. He finds the dry cleaning ticket. At the dry cleaner, he picks up the shirt that he gave to Dexter that supposedly had Freebo's blood on it.
Freebo!
Angel tracks down the guy that beat up Gianna. He walks toward him with a baton.
Like, what Batista is this? Is this Stab-tista?
No, there's no stabbing. It's more of like...
This is Mad Tista.
Yeah, Mad Tista.
There we go.
Mad Tista.
I was gonna go Blunt Tista, but I think Mad Tista.
Batista.
Batista.
There we go. We're going with that one. Hashtag Batista.
Batista. Jesus Christ.
Get this trending.
It's his superhero name.
Hashtag Batista.
By day,
Only
I fight crime with Miami Metro, but by night I am Batista.
Does he really fight crime in either role, though?
No.
Really?
He's
No,
not the hero
that's it at
we
all.
need right now, but it's the one we get. I mean, that's what it is.
It's the one Miami Metro deserves.
Exactly.
Whenever you said Dexter's Lab, I just really want like a crossover of the cartoon of Dexter's Lab with Dexter.
Yeah.
Just because I'd love to see like Batista come in and like start yelling at Dexter, and then Dexter, like the German kid, be like, "No!" and he's like, "Get out of my lab!" And this is my dream.
Yeah. Well, Deborah her real name should turn out to be Dee Dee. Like it should all just be like
Exactly.
one big connection.
Deb is short for Dee Dee.
That
Yeah.
would blow my mind.
Yeah.
Deb and Dexter have a conversation about her relationship with Anton. She says it's over, that the relationship felt really good while it lasted. Miguel beckons Dexter to meet him on the roof of Miami Metro. Miguel threatens to start planting seeds with Rita about what Dexter does with his free time. Dexter counters that the ring with Miguel's fingerprints might show up. Miguel says, "You do not want to fuck with me, Dexter, because I will fuck you back in ways you never even imagined."
This was straight out of Training Day. When that guy's like, "Hey man, you ever had your shit pushed in?" Like, that's what Miguel just did to Dexter.
Actually, didn't this come out like a year or two after Training Day? So they maybe lifted it directly from it, because I thought that came out in like 2008 or something.
Probably.
Like I get the threat and the like thinking behind saying something like that, but the "I will fuck you back" threat is such a lame, stupid sounding thing.
Well, and how do you not giggle when you hear that? I mean, unless you're more mature than a 12-year-old boy, you're gonna giggle.
I giggled my ass off.
that whole scene, man, when he's up there, he's like, "I do what I want to whomever I want,
Yeah.
whenever I want. Count on it."
Count on it.
I was waiting for him to just like throw pal or buddy on the end there, you know?
Yeah.
Because why not?
They're gonna have a penis sword fight now. Like he's gonna fuck him back. I don't
The
get
script
it.
was
Well-
really bad, but I thought that Smith's was really good in that scene. You know, iffy on Smits a lot of the time during the season, but I thought, okay, that's some pretty strong Smits performing right there, especially with the terrible lines he was given.
We're in deep Smits right now. That's what's going on.
I feel like all that Dexter had to say back is, "Have you met Lila? Because she's the one that fucked me in ways I could never imagine."
Ask Angel about her sometime.
Oh,
She fucked him in ways that you couldn't imagine.
she fucked him back.
Dexter says there's no reasoning with Miguel. Miguel says he'll do whatever he wants. There's a brief long-range shot as though someone is watching their conversation. Dexter keeps his cool and walks away. Miguel has just become a justifiable kill. And Angel has brought Gianna's attacker in for questioning. Deb considers calling Anton but doesn't. Miguel gets a phone call and says, "Did you get a good look at him?" The man on the other end is King, the Skinner. Miguel helped him get loose and tells King that Dexter is the only one who knows where Freebo is. And Dexter is...
Freebo!
Because we needed Freebo again.
No.
And the episode ends with Dexter being kidnapped trying to get into his car. So...
I gotta say, when that last moment happened, when the kidnapping into the car, I was like, yeah, this is a pickle. This is almost like watching the whole the situation unfold from the second season with Dokes.
Yeah.
And being like, how's he going to get out of this one?
Yeah.
And then that's it. I'll save it for the next episode.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think they set it up to make it seem like it's Ramon or somebody that got him. But yeah, the end of that cliffhanger, like many Dexter cliffhangers, is very brief in the next episode. So we'll get to that. So this episode was directed by John Dahl. He directed 16 episodes of Dexter between seasons 3 and 8. This was his second episode after The Lion Sleeps Tonight. He was also a prolific TV director after Dexter on shows like Justified, The Affair, and Ray Donovan. The writer was Tim Schlattman. Previously wrote one episode and appeared uncredited in some Smallville. On Dexter, he wrote 2 episodes for all 8 seasons except for his 1 episode for Season 5. His Season 2, Episode 5, The Dark Defender, was nominated for a Writers Guild of America for episodic drama. This is his second episode of Season 3 after terminating Bimini's, and he went on to be the executive producer for the last season of Under the Dome. All right, best line of the episode.
I really liked the line in the dress shop where she said that Rita was like a Disney princess, and Rita said, except for the whole Disney virgin thing. I like that one.
Okay.
Mine is when Still says you should be able to see through his bullshit, being a detective and all, talking to LaGuerta about Miguel.
Oh, yeah.
I went with when Dex says, "Oh, Anton, the Skinner victim," just because I love anything where he's super awkward and inappropriate.
Uh-huh.
Like, that's perfectly normal to address him as this attempted murder victim.
Oh, Anton the Skinner victim. Okay.
Yeah. Love awkward Dexter.
How about the worst line of the episode?
I went with Miguel saying, "Count on it," at the end. I just, like, every time I hear that, I'm like, this is a cartoon. It's terrible.
It doesn't bother me nearly as much as "I'm gonna fuck you back."
Fuck you back should have been the best line for you.
In ways you can't even imagine.
In ways you can't even imagine.
I went with... yeah. I went with Masuka on this one with the whole, if my show doesn't make you people vomit and have an erection at the same time, I'm not doing my job. I mean, I don't need either of those things happening at the same time, ever.
I went with the Masuka non-specific line where he's listing all the names of the strippers.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember the specific names. I don't want to remember the specific names. They were terrible. Yeah, that was...
Not the erotic
blanket
clowns?
statement.
The erotic...
I actually blacked out and didn't even remember him mentioning the erotic clowns. So apparently you two aren't the only ones who blacked out. I did as well.
Well, that's why Quinn got involved, because he was commiserating about the erotic clowns canceling at the last minute, and then Quinn hooked him up with the Platinum Enterprises.
I blacked out between that and him getting the card at some point. I saw him get the card, don't remember the erotic clowns, and I'm okay with that.
I can see it, like Masuka comes on screen and Brooke's eyes just glaze over.
I just know I'm going to hate this. Yeah, pretty much.
She goes to her happy place.
Yeah, I just block it all out. Walls go up.
Performance of the episode. / non-Michael C. Hall performance of the episode.
I went with Smits. For him to do as well as he did with the terrible scripting in that final scene, he sold a really bad run of lines.
I agree. I gave it to Smits. Even though the lines were laughable, he brought the energy. I really enjoyed it.
I went with LaGuerta on this one, just because I thought she was up to no good for the most part. But then, like, when she finally figured it out, I was like, she didn't really have a whole lot to do, but she was good.
Yeah, the wheels finally start turning in there. It's like, oh yeah, she's a detective. A lieutenant detective.
See, that's why Seal is so important. She came in, reminded LaGuerta that she's a detective.
Oh my goodness. Guys, we've got 2 more episodes of season 3.
So close to being over.
Thank you for helping me through this episode.